Sometimes you need a reminder, a quick pickup and a set in the right direction. Every question has a topic, every fork in the road has an answer, and Rob Thompson has that answer for you. 60 Seconds with Rob is a YouTube video series designed to engage you, inspire you, motivate you, and get you set on the right path to wealth creation and a better life. Subscribe, like, comment, and follow along with Rob Thompson's 60 Seconds with Rob.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time, and this is Young Hustlers. Every single week, we come and we bring you tips and strategies on how you can be better prepared, better equipped, and more inspired to go out and get the things that you want to get out of life. Success means a different thing to a lot of people. Some it's about money, some it's about freedom, some it's about choices and time, some it's just about happiness and how you feel. And so, look, no matter what you define success as, this show is about how to teach you to get more of those things that you want in life. So, look, there's a lot of things that are happening in the world right now. And the title of the show today is called Prepare for the Unexpected. If you've had anything unexpected that totally derailed you, I want to hear about it, and I want to hear about what you did to bounce back. You can call the show at 305-865-8668. That's 305-865-8668. Get in the conversation, Young Hustler Nation. Little word in the rhyme. So, look, I want to hear about things that have happened to you, Nobody could have prepared for the hurricane. I mean, yeah, sure, they let you know 5 days before it's coming, it's going to be here. But, dude, our office was down for a week. We had no phones, no internet, no power, buildings down, no AC. It's Miami. It's like 90 degrees outside. You got people at an old folks home that were dying because it was so hot. So my point is, like, dude, you need to be prepared for these things to happen. Now, can you prepare for a natural disaster like an earthquake in Mexico City? No. If you got a hurricane coming, can everybody get out? I mean, like, look what happened to Puerto Rico. You can't. It's just not always possible. But look, I'm not talking about natural disasters here. What I'm talking about is like your own life, like your own space, the things that happen to you. Like what happens when the economy collapses. That's a great example. It's not a natural disaster. It's something that happens to your finances, like in the financial downturns, there's always people that are fine. There's always people that if the market collapses, they're still going to be okay. They've got plenty of money. They got plenty of resources. Wouldn't you like to be in that group where you can be kind of immune to these things that are happening? So the truth is that, while you think that may not be possible, it is. But in order to be prepared for things that happen that you don't expect, that means you have to be prepared, right? Like that means you have to do things today. And so whether that's, retirement, whether that's, whatever that means, if that means, the winter, if that means that winter is your down season and that you got to sell a bunch of stuff now because during winter business shuts off. Like, what are you doing to prepare? What are you doing to put yourself in a position where things that are happening will not affect you? And so, like in our business, we didn't plan for power being out for a week. We didn't plan for internet being out for a week. We couldn't access remote into servers to access internal company things that we need to operate our business. We barely got payroll put together so people could at least get paychecks, while they were out. But we were able to get that done. But things that you don't expect can cripple you. Maybe you're a new entrepreneur and you just started a business and you hire a bad employee and that employee gets you in a situation, and next thing you know, like, I just started a business, I have one employee, and they went out and did something stupid, and now I'm getting sued. And now you're in a position where you just started a business, you just started a new venture, and now you get a lawsuit, and now you're paying, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in legal fees to defend what some bonehead employee did. You know, how do you plan for that? How do you prepare for that? You know, how do you prepare a plan for a CEO coming in wanting to take a new direction with the company? How do you prepare for a big change or disruption in your industry, right? Like if you're the teller at the bank, like Grant always talks about, like, what are you doing to be different so that you don't become an ATM machine? So there's a lot of things that are happening that are unpredictable in your life, and the first thing is you have to be aware of what's going on around you. I want to give you some things you can do to prepare and better position yourself for things that are unexpected, because I know I've been influenced, I've been impacted by things that are unexpected. I mean, you know, I was in a position where, like, if something went wrong with your car, I was telling Sherry this the other day. Like, I was having issues with my car, and I was like, I did not have the money to fix it. Barely had enough money to pay rent, barely had enough money for food, barely had enough money for any of that. And I was thinking, man, maybe I'd just take my truck down to Mexico and leave it down there and report it stolen, so they pay my truck off and I get some money for it that I can use to get me out of this situation. You start getting unethical. You start thinking when you're in a bad, right? You're in a bad position. Somebody's in a position where they can't go buy a new pair of shoes. What do? They go rob somebody. You know, somebody's in a position where, you know, what was that movie with the old guys where they lost their pension or whatever, and then they went and robbed the banks? Y'all see that? Or that was just me. I just had a baby. I'm watching a bunch of movies right now. But so the point is that you can avoid being in really bad situations if you're simply just prepared. And most people are not. In fact, the average American couldn't come up with $400 if an emergency presented itself. It's pathetic, man. It's tragic. And that's when you see people get in trouble. Like, even here in Miami, we're not a third world country, but there are people that got put in a bad way. You know, the Florida Keys were worse. Puerto Rico, even worse. Mexico City, terrible. Like, because they didn't have the ability to just cover the basic needs and necessities. So today we're going to talk about what you can do to better prepare yourself and equip yourself. But look, I want to get you involved. I want to hear about the things that you've had that happened to you that were unexpected and how you responded to them. So hopefully we can get a conversation going and share some good ideas on what you've done to get yourself in the right spot. This is Young Hustlers.
Are you a small business who has employees that need health insurance? No problem. We at AG Capital have a brand new solution for you. AG Capital is a nationwide healthcare broker who works with every insurance and every healthcare provider to get you, the business owner, the best rates and the best protection for your employees. AG Capital will immediately show you how to add profit to your bottom line and show you, the employee, how to get a cheaper premium. Register now at agcapitalgroup.com. That's agcapitalgroup.com. There's only one company to work for in the smart home industry. Skyline Security right now is looking for the best of the Grant Cardone following to join their team and expand financially and professionally. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Labeled by Inc. 5000 as the fastest growing company for the last 2 years in a row, you get to protect families, grow your wealth, and join a team of top producers. Skyline is looking for great people. Go to joinskyline.com. That's joinskyline.com to get started on a brand new 10x career path. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Rethink user experience, rethink the digital sales process, and rethink how you communicate with your customers. Pixel 506 is a digital design agency, marketing and developing company with one goal in mind. How do you effectively simplify your digital presence to make your prospects do more business, become excited, and never feel confused when it comes to understanding what it is you do? Working with companies like Future Labs, New York Metro Transit Authority, and more, Pixel 506 has successfully grown businesses, increased leads, and created a lasting digital and social presence to drive more revenue and increased ROI. If you want this for your business, you can learn more about Pixel 506 at pixel506.com. That's Pixel 506. A business owner who needs custom software solutions through Amazon Web Services to automate, speed up, and enhance your business so you can focus on what you do best, which is grow your company. Let Nico's Computer Engineering get you started today. With a free consultation, CEO and owner Tim Clark has spent the last 10 years building custom software software for companies around the United States. Whatever your need is, whatever industry, if you need efficiency, Tim Clark can help you. Nico's Computer Engineering knows that you value speed to market. That's why we have the fastest turnaround and software implementation on the planet. If you want to get started with Nico's, go to nicoce.com. That's nicoce.com to get started right now.
And we are back. This is Young Hustlers every Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time. We bring you tips and strategies to get the things that you want in life. So today we're talking about how to prepare for the unexpected things that happen to you. Look, I didn't expect to have a baby. I mean, I kind of did because you know how that happens. So, but I'll tell you what I didn't expect about having a baby. I didn't expect all of the other stuff that goes along with it, right? People told me, hey, you need to prepare for the sleep thing. I wasn't prepared for the sleep thing. The sleep thing is a problem. People said, hey, I never heard anything about cord banking or stem cell banking. Dude, that cost me $6,000 to bank stem cells, right? I'm in a position where I can afford to do that. See, if I wasn't in that position, I wasn't able to do that, and God forbid something happened, and that was the one thing that would have protected us or gotten us out of the situation, that's a choice, right? You got to be prepared for those unexpected things to happen. Delivery was $1,500. All the bullshit that my wife bought leading up to the deal, she probably spent $10,000 on belly things and this things and blah, blah, blah things. I mean, dude, Amazon was showing up every day. I was like, dude, you showing up more than the newspaper. I mean, for real. So meal plans, because, wife and baby not cooking a whole lot. Night nurse so that we could actually get sleep. I mean, dude, I'm in this deal probably $25,000 at this point. But I'm in a position to use what I've been able to do over the last few years to put me in a situation where I don't have to be set back because of things that are unexpected that are happening. So dude, get real. Are you in a situation that you know that you wouldn't be in right now if things were just a little different, if your finances were just a little different? Wouldn't you like to be in a situation where you weren't like that, where you weren't the person that was stuck, that was freaking out trying to figure out how you were going to get your way out of a hole? Look, there is a way to do it, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's go to a couple callers real quick just to clear the lines up some. Name? Miguel, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Welcome to the show. Dude, we're talking today about unexpected things that happen and how you responded. What's something that's unexpected that happened to you?
Let me tell you the quick little story about the little unexpected thing that got me to where I was at today. When I was 18, I started my own LLC in home renovations here in Vegas. Unexpectedly, a month later of me barely picking up my business, my parents split and my dad left us, so I had to fully take care of my mom, my 3 younger siblings, and making us transition from my dad leaving us, not knowing what to do, to getting a place and having to take care of work and business.
Wow.
So yeah, I felt really overwhelmed. So it was like a whole unexpected thing of me having to take a bigger case.
So what'd you do, man? What'd you change? Because that's what needs to happen is really the first thing that needs to happen when you are preparing for something unexpected is you need to be nimble. You need to be nimble, and you need to be able to move. I know people that are very rigid. When things happen and things change, they don't respond well. So the number one thing that you have to be is you have to be nimble. And I'm guessing the way that you're talking, Miguel, it sounds like you're in a much better situation today than you were when you were 18. Is that correct?
Most definitely. That was 2 years ago.
So
the way I got out of that...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The way I got out of that was I ended up taking some extra work out in Wyoming. I got my parents an apartment, my mom, my siblings an apartment here with the leftover money that I had. And working out in a 700-acre ranch in Wyoming, I started watching Uncle G, actually where I first, learned about him about a year and a half ago. And I picked up a lot of great things. I started 10Xing my whole life, everything that I was doing. I realized that I could have kept on working with my LLC and done a lot more with my time and started filling my schedule with things that were productive, picking out the things that no longer worked for me and applying the things that were. And so when I started doing that, I was able to save up some money to come back, and my home renovation business has been kicking ass since then.
Dude, I love that, man. Thanks for sharing your story, and thanks for the call, Miguel. So look, 18 years old, parents split up. He's in a situation where he's like, man, I got to produce now. Now, if Miguel wasn't nimble, then he would have stayed in Vegas. But he's like, man, I got to move. So the first thing you have to do is you have to be nimble. You have to be willing to change your basis of operation, whether that's where you're located. In my case, it was moving from San Diego to Austin, Texas, then back to San Diego, then to Los Angeles, then to Miami. I had to be nimble, right? I'm preparing for the unexpected. For Miguel, he had to move from Vegas to Wyoming. A lot of people won't make that decision. Why? Because you have to give things up. You have to make sacrifices. Most people are unprepared for unexpected things because they can't do the first thing, which is be nimble and be open and willing to change your basis of operation to get you closer to where you want to go. The second thing you have to do is you have to get your production thing in line. Like, you have to be able to produce. Production is freedom. The people that are the most confident, the most successful, the most immune to things that happen that are unexpected are the people that can produce. You can't take that away from somebody. You know, they say, you know, hey, if you get an education, you know, nobody can take that away from you. Well, that's great, but if you can do something with the education that allows you to produce and create something, that's really where your freedom comes. So what you want to do is you got to be in a situation where, like, man, if I lost my job and lost my income today, I could go out and produce something that could generate money. Okay? Now, money is a necessity for life. I don't believe that the thing that, you know, money won't make. I mean, look, money won't make you happy, but dude, money is required for everything that you will need in life. And so if you've made sense of your situation just because you don't have money or just because you don't have the ability to produce, then you need to fix your situation, because your problem really isn't money, your problem's you. So the second thing you got to do is you got to get the production thing figured out, where you can pick up a phone, make a phone call. Like Miguel, he probably started watching Grant on YouTube videos. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, I want to buy this playbook to millions. Next thing you know, he's on Cardone University. And now he's like, man, I'm an entrepreneur now, I have my own business. I can make phone calls, I can follow up, I can close people, I can handle objections, I can be more motivated on a daily basis. So he went through the steps to learn how to, like, improve his ability to produce. Production equals freedom. The third thing that you need to do is you need to understand when to conserve and when to be, like, thin and lean. This is the biggest temptation that people run into. I know it was for me. Start making a little bit of money, and the next thing you know, you're like, man, hey, where am I gonna spend it? 21 years old, I was making 18 grand a month. I was crushing it. 21 years old, lived at home with my parents, didn't have any bills. You know what I did with all my money? Blew it. I was at the club, popping bottles, right? With a bunch of people I thought were my friends that weren't really my friends, right? So I was spending all my money because I wasn't thinking about, hey, what was the unexpected thing? And then the unexpected thing happened. I decided I wanted to quit my job because I got some dumbass in my ear saying, oh man, hey, there's this great thing over here. And then that thing didn't work out. And then I ended up on unemployment and I didn't have any money. And I was like, shit, man, I was in a good situation before and now I'm in a terrible situation. So I made a decision to get myself in a better situation, which I'll share when we get back from the break. This is Young Hustlers.
Are you tired of buying ads? How much would 5 times more visitors from search engines like Google or Bing do for your business? Link Research Tools helps you increase that free organic traffic, with companies like Hertz, MTV, and LinkedIn have increased their revenue as much as 600% using Link Research Tools. We have offerings to get your business to become the dominant force on the internet. The secret of internet traffic is what we give you. We convert that traffic into cash flow for your business. Learn more at linkedresearchtools.com. That's linkresearchtools.com and sign up now. Franchising is listed by Grant Cardone as one of the ways to become a millionaire. Let the experts at FranFinders be with you every step of the way as your partner, finding, buying, selling, and promoting franchises. With over 10 years experience, FranFinders is the company to help get set up with franchising, to help you get set up with owning your own franchise and finding a franchise that's right for you. Visit franfinders.com. That's franfinders.com to get started with your search today. This isn't landscape design. This is lifestyle design. Steve Griggs is the best landscaper on the planet and gives you knowledge and data that you can't even find on Google. Featured on Huffington Post, Entrepreneur.com, Grant Cardone TV, Steve Griggs is the entrepreneur built and designed to help you make your home become the lifestyle of your dreams. For more information, visit stevegrigsdesign.com. That's Steve Griggs Design. 20 years of experience in the real estate game, Cash Now PA is the place to go for buying homes for all cash with no fees, any condition with BBB accreditation. Ray Abood, owner of Cash Now PA, has been helping customers get in and out of homes, creating better spaces for living, and making a difference in local communities with the focus on buying homes, all cash, no fees with any condition. Also be BBB accredited. Visit cashnowpa.com. That's cashnowpa.com to get started.
All right, welcome back, young hustlers. Unexpected things happen. How will you prepare? Every Thursday we come here at the same time, noon East Coast Standard Time, and help you get your game on, get your money strong, right? And look, a big part of getting your money right and getting in a good financial situation is being prepared. So I was talking before the break about how I was making money, blew it all, and then I ended up on unemployment, and I looked back at my savings account, and I was like, dude, where'd all the money go? I mean, I had a $50,000 truck, I had boat, I had I spent every dollar that I had. But I was in a position where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help myself, let alone somebody else. Like right now, there's a lot of people in the world that need other people's help. I couldn't even take care of myself. And if you've been in that situation before, you're just you feel boxed in, you feel trapped. You're like, man, what am I going to do to get out of this? And so what happened was I started having to change my basis of operation. I had to move, I had to leave friends, I had to try new things, try jobs that I hadn't done before, but I was willing to make changes and try things to get unstuck. Most people get stuck and they just they introvert and they beat themselves down and they can't get out of it. So then I was trying new things, and then I found something here that I was like, man, this could be it. The next thing that I had to do was freaking learn how to produce. I had to get the production thing going. How do I pick up the phone? I remember picking up the phone for the first time. It was scary. Picking up the phone, not knowing man, this person's gonna run all over me. The rejection, the fear, all that stuff. So I was like, oh, now I got to focus on developing the ability to produce the skills. So now I'm freaking jamming through personal development stuff, mostly sales training from Grant, 99% of it was. And so that got my production ability up. The next thing that you have to do to avoid unexpected situations is you got to be lean and mean. What do I mean by that? Dude, you got to conserve. You got to conserve. That means you get to the point where you're making money and you're not blowing it and you're not spending it. I'm not saying save it all. I'm saying you just got to conserve, man. You got to make good decisions. I've never bought expensive things before. I don't buy watches. I drive a nice car and I live in a nice apartment, but I don't buy expensive clothes. I don't buy shoes every other weekend. Sandy doesn't, she doesn't buy extravagant things. I buy her things she would never buy for herself. But we're on the same page with that because we know man, we got to bank a bunch of money to get to where we want to be, which is to have freedom and choice and be immune from unexpected situations. And so you got to look at the decisions that you're making, because most people that are under the age of 40 even, they make terrible decisions for their future financially. Terrible. They make decisions that make them feel good now, and they completely, hey, I want to go out and buy a car that I definitely can't afford now. And then you end up with, a huge, massive car payment, and then something changes, something happens. Business doesn't go the way that you thought it would, and then you end up in a situation where you're stuck. And then you have a lot less choices, and then things get really compressed and tight. It's just not a fun way to live, life doesn't have to be hard. It's really, the things that you need to do to win and be successful are very simple, but very few people are disciplined enough to actually do them, right? Hey, dude, move. If you could double your income right now, would you move? I'm curious. Post in comments in Facebook. If you could double your income right now, if you're making 60 grand a year right now, if you could double your income, let's say you're making 60 grand a year right now and you live in Los Angeles, right? 60 grand a year, you're living in Los Angeles. If you could double your income and go to 120, would you move to Dubuque, Iowa? For real. That's a real question, I'd do it. Move to the middle of nowhere. No friends, no family. Some people won't. Some people won't. I know people that have worked for us that had family in situations where they weren't able to leave, and it definitely cost them a ton of money. Loads of money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because you got to change that basis of operation. Because something unexpected happens, all of a sudden, boom, what you thought was there isn't anymore. And then your game changes, and now you're in panic mode, in freak out mode, and that takes years off your life. So the next thing that you have to do is you constantly need to be aware of what's going on around you. The awareness is probably one of the things that I've used in my own life that have helped me more than anything else. I'm always looking around at things that are happening. Hey, what's happening over here? How could that affect me? Hey, what's happening over here? How would that affect me? Hey, what's going on over here? I wonder what that is. Is that something that I can benefit from, or is that something that could potentially hurt me? And then how do I respond to that? And then again, you got to go back and be nimble enough to actually do something about it. You know, the people that get locked into their thing right here and they're not paying attention to what's happening over here, the ones that get blindsided. So you got to have your eyes open, you know? I watch CNBC every morning, right? I listen to that because it's about money, big players, you know, guys that are running $50 billion company. I mean, just massive, you know? Big, big, big whales. Like, I'm listening to what these guys are saying because A, I'm trying to learn because I don't understand half the stuff that they say still. I've been doing this for years. But B, man, I want to know what's happening in business. Like, what is happening around me that I can see? And then, you know, hey, quarterly reports come out, you know, shows that this company XYZ is off 28%, and their initiative that the board came up to fix it was a learning and development initiative. Bing, hey, that's an opportunity for me. You know, I'm just aware of what's happening around me. Or like with the financial crisis, dude, people are saying, hey, this is going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash. These insurance companies, these things, these collateralized debt obligations, Goldman Sachs, big banks, Wall Street, big bad wall, boom, everything blows up. There are people that were prepared for that coming because they knew, they were aware, they saw what was going on around them. So dude, you got to freaking have your eyes peeled and you got to be watching what's going on around you so that you can be prepared for the blind side. You got to have people around you that support you. You got to have good friends. This really isn't a point that I was going to discuss, but it helps. You got to have a support system around you, people that understand what's important to you, people that will push you. You know, we talk about the people that you keep around you being so valuable. It's because when you get put in tough situations, they help keep you in line and help you make good decisions. The last thing that you need to do is you need to invest in education, right? Now, it doesn't always have to be skill education, but it needs to be something that is like improving. You know, go learn, you know, if you're a web developer, go learn something new that's going on with the internet. I don't know all those things that go on in there, but man, there's some things that go on in there people make some money with. So you got to like always be looking to improve your marketability, your craft, you know, your ability to produce, your confidence, you know, your physical fitness maybe, you know, like always look to improve yourself. So those are a few things that I constantly am focused on. So that I don't end up in a bad position, you know? Got money in the bank, I've made some investments, life was tough for me before, and I start doing these things and life gets easier. So, like, do you want your life to be easier? Because the thing that this company here is all about is making your life easy. Like, when we do events like the 10X Growth Conference, it's about giving you information that'll make your life easier. You know, it'll be giving you information that will help you shortcut problems. You know, like you can go over the dirt road or you can drive over the paved asphalt. It's up to you. But you always have to be looking for the information. You always have to be looking for the thing that is going to help you move to the next level. So look, let's go to some callers. We got a bunch of callers on the line. I apologize for making you guys hang on. Ed. Thanks for holding for so long, man. Sorry it took so long to get to you. What's your question?
Hey, Jared, you're the man. You got it spot on. I mean, preparation along with opportunity equals luck, right?
Yep. There you go.
And, you know, I know this isn't expected, but I got good news and bad news for you.
What's that?
Everyone at the company is out of balance and isn't as strong as they're presenting.
What did you say?
I said everyone at your company
yeah,
is not in balance, like their balance is off. And they're not presenting as strong as they could be.
Who'd you talk to?
Sorry?
Who'd you talk to?
I just know this as a fact. I can actually prove it to you in a quick 30-second balance demonstration. You can do it right there.
A balance demonstration?
Yeah, it'll take 20 seconds.
Okay, all right, go. Go.
Okay, you just need another person with you?
Well, are you going to make me do a trust fall or something?
No,
Come
no,
over
no,
here,
you
Natalie.
just
Come over
stand
here.
up and-
Come over here.
I sent you an email. I'm not sure if you got it.
You need another person in there?
Yeah, I need an assistant. All right.
Okay, Jared, just stand up for a sec.
Okay.
Okay, make a fist with your left or right hand. Get the person to stand. You got to stand up.
I'm standing up.
Oh, sorry, I'm on delay here. So
Yeah.
you're standing, and the person's on your left or right.
She's on my right.
Okay, so make a fist with your right hand
Okay.
and put it to your side as tight as you can.
Like by my side or extend it out?
No, just straight down by your side.
Okay.
Straight to your body. So touch it, put it up against your body.
Okay.
Make a strong fist. Keep your elbow locked.
Okay.
Keep your shoulder locked. Keep your body as rigid as possible. And then the lady next to you, you can put her hands underneath your knuckles
Yeah.
and apply pressure. You resist down, she pushes up, and you're going to tip to the left. You got to keep your hand to your side.
Okay, so you want me to stay stable. Is she lifting my fist up or what's she doing?
She's going to lift it. She's going to lift it up towards your shoulder. You're going to keep your arm completely locked.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Put your hand under here and try to lift me up. Okay. And how hard do I push down?
Well, just resist it. She's going to lift up as hard as she can. You're going to tip to the left.
Okay.
Like this?
Yep.
Now what?
Did you tip to the left?
Did I what?
Did you tip to the left?
No.
No.
Okay, get her to put both hands, like she can face your side. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like with both
And
hands.
take her both hands and lift up on your knuckles, straight up. And
Okay.
you keep it locked to your side.
Now he's pretty stable.
Okay, go ahead.
Push it up. No, keep it locked to your side. Push it up.
It is locked.
It's like, is this
Right to
real?
your side. Right to your side. Tight to your side.
It is tight.
Like he's not moving.
Okay. Lift up.
Wait, hold on. Just I'm going a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit.
You feel a lifting on your right foot, like your right foot wants to leave the ground, right?
Well, I play golf, so I know how to really stay like down in my.
No worries. Did you feel your right foot come off?
I did a little bit.
Okay, so now do me a favor, man.
Yeah.
Stick your tongue straight out and get her to lift up as hard as you possibly can. You won't move.
Get rid of this guy.
No, I'm serious. Stick your tongue.
All right, dude. That took too long. Stick your tongue out. Double tie a knot in your left shoe. Send me an email. We'll try that again. All right. So look, now we've proved that we are extremely gullible, and you can get us to do just about anything. All right. Let's go to the next caller. Caitlin in Connecticut. What's up?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I want to hear something that was unexpected that happened to you and how you responded.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited to be on this call.
Awesome.
And so basically, I had a business partner and trained this person, worked with this person, was really emotionally attached to this person because they were my business partner. And they quit. And I was like, oh my goodness, all this work, time away from my children, energy, money, gas. So basically what I've gotten really good at doing is controlling like the emotional roller coaster.
Yep.
I've trained my mind to get sad or upset for a second instead of like a week or, a month.
Yeah.
Because I think in business there's going to be ups and downs. So if you can prepare for that and prepare your mind and your emotions, you're going to be so ahead of the game.
I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for the call, Caitlin. She's got a good point. The emotions that happen, this is something I need to work on. I'll tell you, like the emotion that happens when bad things happen, dude, it can devastate you, the people that are like bulletproof, like Sherry and I were talking about somebody that our COO, somebody that we encountered in a situation, and they were so emotionally flat on these things that were happening that you would normally expect some type of reaction from. And they were just so like even keeled, and like it was very impressive. And you know, I think what Caitlin is saying is that like you have to be able to take those situations and think before you react. I tell my wife this all the time. You got to think before you just freak out. You know, react. Come after me. You know, think about what's happening. It's not that bad. I didn't do what to say I did because I didn't do it. No. So like. You know, I think they call this emotional intelligence. I think that's like the buzzy word that they use for it. But no, it's true, man. You gotta control your emotions. You got to understand that there's a difference between business and personal stuff sometimes. You know, and you know, getting connected in emotion is a great thing. And if you're an emotional person, Caitlin, then you should definitely use that because it's probably one of your strong suits, and how you connect with people and customers, business partners, other people. Like I'm a nice guy. Like and the nice guy allows me to connect with people and do things that somebody that's not the nice guy won't ever do. So like while you don't want to get rid of it, like I wouldn't tell you don't be emotional, but just learn to control the variance. Like the nice guy, don't stop being a nice guy, but just learn to control it in certain areas. So that's great information, Caitlin. So. Thank you for sharing. We have one last caller, and then we're going to wrap the show up, so let's hear it.
Right,
who we got?
Trevor and Virginia.
Trevor, Virginia. I'm not going to balance on anything for you.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Tell me about something that happened unexpectedly to you that caused some problems and how you responded.
Oh, it didn't cause a problem. It just caused an opportunity.
Oh, there you go. Somebody's been watching GC.
It was two callers ago, that guy with that tricky back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a body worker, and look, if you want to talk about balance, just take a piece of paper out of the pad you're writing on, put it under your foot, and have Sherry come and tip you. You can put anything under your foot, that's off your core balance, and that's it. So it's about that. Body1wellness.com. Dr. Robert White out of Washington, D.C. had to come in under a new name.
There you go.
That's the way you get it in, man.
There you go.
Right, it's about body. It's about posture. It's about everyone's posture. I do posture analysis, functional assessment. You can always find me in D.C. I'm the number one thing in D.C. doing what I'm doing.
Dude, love that.
Differently. I'm not doing the same thing the same person is doing because common, regular, typical, standard does not work. That's the standard money, the average money. I'm on that absurd shit, that elevated shit. That, you know, that's why I am.
Dude, I'm all about that balance. Believe me. Like I don't. I'm all about that balance. I'm all about that bank account balance, son.
Yeah, okay, now that's the balance we're talking about. We're talking about balancing those, yeah, balance. But I just want to tell people that's the deal. That guy there, he said something. He went all through that. I don't know what his background is. Good luck.
Well, he's from Canada. Maybe the trick is different there. You know, like maybe it's just a different trick there. Move your arms here. Move your arms here. What happens to your foot when you lift your arm up here?
Maybe that's why Barnum and Bailey Circus went out of business, because of his shenanigans. You never know.
That's right, man. That's right. There's a time and place for the circus. So, dude,
Right,
here,
that's what I'm
outside
saying.
outside of balance, brother. Let's hear something. Let's hear your situation.
Oh, my situation was that.
Yeah, something that happened to you unexpected, that caused an opportunity for you.
Oh, something unexpected opportunity for me. I walked into a place that has not listening to me. Like you said, they ignore you, then they hate you. Now they're acknowledging me. Bringing my posture analysis service to this gym. There's a spa in the back. The lady who I was talking to at first, the manager, she's out. She had hip surgery, so now her housemate is running it. And I went in. She pitched, thanks to you guys. We pitched, and she tried to object. I sold. I closed. I'm in there.
Boom! Love that.
You know, I mean, she told me the one question she says, well, I have to look more into it. I have to look into a little more to do something. I said, well, what do you need to know? I stopped her right there. I said, well, what do you need to know? I'm telling you, I'm here. Where do you have to go? You don't have to look anywhere. You're looking at me right now. What do you need to know?
Yep. Love that, dude.
So,
love it, love it, love it.
And,
So
yeah, for that person, you got a guy that watches your show out here in D.C. I'll get with you. You know who you are. He's slick and calling me too. He's good.
I love it, man.
I'll get with you there, Chief.
All about that balance. All about that balance, B. All right, thanks for the call, man. All right, so check it. Look, you got to be prepared for things that are happening in your life that you cannot expect. You must be prepared for these things, and the only way you can do it, you've got to be nimble. You have to conserve your energy, your effort, your time, your resources. You have to learn how to produce no matter what. You got to be ahead of the problem. You got to be ahead of it. You got to be out in front of it. You got to have good people around you that'll support you. You know, and you got to be freaking working on the skill thing all the time. You educate yourself constantly. And that's why we got this business builder offer right now for Cardone University. Cardone University is a $19,000 program, right? This is $11,000 worth of that program that you can get for $1,500. The deal ends this weekend, $1,500 at the end of the weekend, price goes back up. And through the end of the weekend, you can actually get a ticket to the 10X Growth Con included for free. So $1,500, you save yourself about 14 grand. It's a stupid deal. Take advantage of it now. Get your skill up, get your education going, and then get to the 10X Growth Con and get around a bunch of good people that are supportive of winning more in life and making life easy. Look, the only people that condemn the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves, so stay away from them and come right back here next week. This is Young Hustlers.